So I always get asked this question, whether the turning chain counts as a stitch or not. Well, that depends on where you place your first stitch for your row. It also depends on how many you chain. Double crochet. If you chain 2 turn, you're going to work your first stitch into this first stitch, so your chain 2 does not count in your stitch count. Then you would work across here, and I'll show you what the end of this row looks like with a chain 2 and turn. And then here's where my last stitch would go. And there's my chain 2 that I'm simply just ignoring and pretending like it doesn't exist because I worked into that first stitch. Now to have the turning chain count as a stitch, I would chain 3, I would turn, and I would work my first stitch here in the second stitch here. So not here, but here. And then that way the chain 3 is acting like the double crochet for this row. And then I'll show you how to work into it at the end of the row. So we're to the end of a row where the chain 3 was counted as a stitch, and I would simply work my double crochet into the top of that turning chain, and that counts as a double crochet stitch. So in short, it depends. It depends on, first off, how many you chain. It depends on mainly what your pattern tells you to do, and it also depends on where you work that first stitch. In general, if you work your first stitch here, it does not count in your stitch count. In general, if you work your first stitch here, it does count in your stitch count. I hope that helps. And if you're looking for more crochet tutorials, you can check out my blog, hopecornerfarm.com, or my YouTube channel, Hope Corner Farm Crochet, where I take this and other stitches a lot slower. And I hope you have a wonderful day.